Good morning. My name is Andy Lyon. I'm a Public Information Officer with Pacific Northwest Team 2, and we are here with your live at sunrise update for the Crescent Mountain, McLeod, and Holman fires. I'm coming to you live from the Incident Command Post in Winthrop, Washington. And we're going to give you some information today about a community meeting we are having tonight here in Winthrop. We're going to talk a little bit about our ongoing efforts on these fires, which are mostly focused on what we call suppression repair right now, and a little bit about the timing of those efforts. We got some rain, good news. Got some good rain here yesterday over the fire areas, even a little bit of snow up high. And I want to remind you that there is no hunting going on in the areas of the forest closed by these fires, even though hunting season has started. Let's begin with your first fire facts. Our containment numbers did not change since yesterday. 75% contained on McLeod, or on Crescent Mountain, 86 on McLeod, and Holman, which is the little fire up in the wilderness area that we've been monitoring by air. That has not changed, but we're still keeping an eye on that. And one thing that did change, we've been telling you for days now that our personnel numbers are going to go down. So we did lose about 150 people and now sitting just under 500 people. So we mentioned earlier that we were thinking about having a community meeting in Twisp on Thursday night of this week. That is not happening. Apologize for any confusion. But we are having a community meeting tonight here in Winthrop. And one of my colleagues here, Becky Schufelt, is going to tell us all about it.
Oh,
Becky,
hi, Andy.
good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, so hi everybody. My name's Becky. I'm a Public Information Officer with the Crescent Mountain Fire. And I just wanted to let everybody know that we will be having a public meeting tonight in Winthrop here at the Red Barn. We will be providing operational updates as we move from fire suppression to more fire suppression repair activities. A representative from the burned area emergency response team will be here to explain exactly what that entails and what they're planning to do as far as assessments of damage that was done caused by the fire. So please join us tonight at 6 p.m. at the Red Barn in Winthrop. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Becky. And we are going to live stream that meeting here on the Facebook page. So if you don't want to drive, you're unable to join us, you want to watch it later, we'll also put that stream up on our INSEE web page, the fire information page later for your non-Facebook friends and neighbors. If you have questions, you can ask them during the stream, or you can email them to us at gilbertfireinfo2018@gmail.com, and we'll try and get those questions answered during the meeting tonight. We're also going to do a what we call a Google Earth flyover that will show you the terrain that we've been talking about. It's hard to see on these two-dimensional paper maps, so we do a Google Earth flyover. You can see the terrain. We're going to intersperse some helicopter footage that Kale shot earlier in the week. You'll see some smoke in those pictures and those videos. Most of that will have gone away after yesterday's rain, but it'll give you an idea what the effects after the fire look like in some of those places. We've been hearing out on the street that there's some confusion about what areas are opened or closed because of the fire to hunting. And just to be clear, there's a fairly substantial area that is still closed around both the McLeod and the Crescent Mountain fires. We've created these maps. One of my colleagues created this map that overlays the game management units on top of the closed area. So even if you're planning on hiking in from the other side of the mountain, you can't do that. If it says closed, it's closed. You can't go there. So we've overlaid the units. We have these around town. We have these posted here on the Facebook page. So please know before you go whether it's open or closed. The good news, we did get good rain here yesterday, good rain over most of the fire, up to a tenth, 2/10, even 3/10 of an inch in the Mazama area. A little bit of snow way up high on the Crescent Mountain Fire. So That was going to clear the air, put out some hot spots to remain, but still not enough to put out what we call those big heavy fuels, the heavies, the big trees and logs laying on the ground. Those are still dry enough to burn, and some of those are still smoldering up there. Which leads me to one of the things we're going to talk about at the meeting. We're going to explain fully the suppression repair efforts and the timing, because we do have these problem areas down here in the buttermilk area up at the end of Libby Creek. We've been talking about those for the whole time we've been there, and the previous team was talking about it. We are going to time our suppression repair efforts, focusing on those areas that we know are cold and out. Some of the lines within the fire perimeter, people will be hiking in there over the next few days to repair those hand lines and those bulldozer lines. But we're going to leave till later as we reassess, the effect of the moisture, as we look at the imagery to try and determine if these problem areas are in fact going out. We're going to leave some of the contingency lines that are closer to the communities in these problem areas here on the Crescent Mountain Fire that we've been talking about, and over here above Lost River, where we have several contingency lines. We're going to leave those to the last as we reassess to make sure that we may not need those if things dry out later on in September and October. So again, that'll be talked about at the meeting. One other note, over the next couple days, you will see the bulletin boards that have been up around town. They're going to be disappearing. We really appreciate places like Hank's and other folks who have allowed us to have those boards up to post information for you, but interest in the fire is decreasing, and so we're ramping down. We're going to take those away, and that's a good thing. It's a sign of things returning to normal. So again, thanks to all of you, businesses and government offices that have allowed us to post. We've appreciated that, but it's time to close that up. All right, hope to see you tonight at the Red Barn here in Winthrop at 6 o'clock for our meeting. Thank you.